It's the morning edition of the Daily Weather Briefing video. This is for Wednesday, the 4th of January. I'm James Spann. After some very active weather over the past 24 hours, things gradually settle down later today, but still, it's quite volatile this morning over the southeastern counties of the state. That's the radar, and let me just say I'm doing this update live at 5:22 a.m. For those that are watching later, but at that point, you can see we've got a band of strong to severe thunderstorms pushing through southeast Alabama in a line from near Phoenix City down to about Elba and Bruton. And we note there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of Dale and Coffee counties down in southeast Alabama. And we've had a series of these severe thunderstorm warnings, a few tornado warnings for the possibility of brief isolated tornadoes within that band over the past couple of hours. But the good news, that will be exiting the state relatively soon, and we will be in much better shape later today. There's a closer look at that band. Again, you can see the heavier rain at 5:23 falling from Clayton down to Elba and then down to Florala. That band of storms will be coming through Ozark, Enterprise, Dothan, Abbeville, Geneva within the next hour. And again, with that, you can expect strong gusty winds, tremendous amounts of rain, some flooding, very noisy, very loud. A lot of folks have had a rude wake-up call during the night with these things. But again, they should be pretty much out of the state a little later this morning. In fact, there's kind of a wider view. The band extends all the way down to near Navarre Beach in Florida and then up to areas just south of Atlanta. But again, that's the current situation. Let's go to the upper air look. And again, we've got the big trough that's been driving this batch of rain and storms that'll be passing through today. There's the radar composite across the deep south, and you can see that the rain is ended in northwest Alabama, north and west of Birmingham. The rain is over, and the rain will be ending from northwest to southeast this morning. And by this afternoon, the sky should begin to clear, and many folks will likely see some sun. It's a very muggy, mild morning. Temperatures are generally in the 60s. And keep in mind, and by the way, it's not 79 in Huntsville. That is not correct. We don't know where that number came from. But we're expecting a high today around 70 in most spots. Temperatures kind of holding steady in the upper 60s to near 70 throughout the day today. But notice we've got 40s back in Arkansas and Louisiana. And we'll see a gradual cooling trend after today for the rest of this week. So the flash flood watch will expire for the southern two-thirds of the state a bit later this morning. In the counties in yellow, that is a tornado watch, and that technically is in effect until 11 o'clock this morning, but the storms should be out of Alabama well before 11. And, of course, that watch will be canceled as the storms exit the state. A tornado watch also for parts of central and southern Georgia as the day begins. Elsewhere across the country, got some scattered winter weather advisories up north. And again, California getting slammed with wind, rain, and mountain snow. And quite frankly, it's moisture they need. But the Sierra Nevadas, again, just some huge snow amounts there. And more rain and possible inland flooding there. So this is the severe weather outlook for today and tonight. We have a risk of severe storms for the southeastern part of the state, and that's for the activity this morning. And again, that will be gone by mid-morning. Then tomorrow, no severe weather expected across the country, and the same thing on day 3, which is Friday. Things nice and quiet. Here's the rain for the next 7 days, and the really big numbers will be in California with the atmospheric river set up there. In Alabama, not much at all. And again, you see Dothan with 1 inch. That's for the rain that's falling this morning. After this morning, the amounts will likely be under 1/2 inch. Next chance of showers will be late Saturday night and Sunday, but it certainly doesn't look like a big rain event. So model fans, here we go. This is the GFS. This is the 06E run, valid today at 4, and there's your trough. Down below that, a surface low is near Erie, Pennsylvania, and you can see the rain by afternoon out of here. The sky clearing today with highs upper 60s and low 70s. Temperatures holding steady, really not changing much from where they are now. Tomorrow we start the day in the 40s. The high will be in the low 60s and upper 50s up in the Tennessee Valley. This is Friday. We'll start the day in the 30s, and the high will be in the upper 50s as the cooling trend continues. Those numbers very seasonal. So for the weekend, this is Saturday, and I think the bulk of the day will be dry. Now, there could be a few showers by late afternoon for the northwestern part of the state, up around the shoals. But dry, clouds increasing late in the day. The high Saturday will be in the low 60s. And then Sunday, that little feature will bring a chance of rain at times to much of the state. No severe weather, nothing heavy, just some showers on Sunday. The sky mostly cloudy, highs upper 50s and low 60s. And then Monday, that feature is on by. Monday looks dry with a high close to 60. Tuesday, maybe a little rain for the southern part of the state, probably not much. And then this is a week from today, Wednesday the 11th, a big trough on the East Coast, and we are cool and dry. In fact, maybe noticeably colder if that verifies, with highs getting down toward the low 50s for the northern part of the state. Let's go out 10 days. This is Friday of next week, the 13th, a ridge developing off to the west, and again, that looks dry and pleasant. Here's the rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. The mean, a little over 2 inches between now and the 19th of January. Temperatures from the National Blend of Models, the NBM, for Birmingham, 67 today, then 50s, mid to upper 50s tomorrow and Friday. And then highs around 60 next week, a little above average, but not too far above. Lows mostly in the 40s. And this is the latest 8 to 14-day guidance. This is for January 11th through the 17th. And if this works out, temperatures here a little above average, but no sign of any bitterly cold Arctic air through mid-January at this point. But winter is just beginning. We will have plenty of cold air shots. So some of the video from yesterday, this is probably the best tornado video that I saw. This was taken down in Elmore County around Holtville. And this tornado did touch down and produce some pretty significant damage there. These are some damage images coming from the community of Slapout down in Elmore County, trees down on a structure there. And the Weather Service is going to be sending out survey teams today, and it's going to be a tough chore. It was a hard job yesterday because these are short-lived tornadoes that are very hard to warn for. They're down for a few minutes and they're gone. Had some wind damage up at Smith Lake. This was captured yesterday. And most likely this was from straight-line winds that came through. And, of course, last night we had fire in the sky. If you were a light sleeper, you might have been up all night with that loud thunder. These were very noisy thunderstorms, very impressive lightning displays. And had some pretty good hail coming down last night. This is hail falling up at Smith Lake during the passing storms last night. And you can see the hail nicely on the deck there. And you see they are about the size of a quarter. It's 1-inch diameter hail. And we had some trees blown down last night, really where the winds weren't that bad. This is just because of saturated soil. In fact, this is one I came across early this morning. So hopefully folks didn't encounter that. When you've got driving rain and no visibility and gusty winds and a saturated soil, sometimes that happens. But one more time, let's go back to the radar. And again, I'm doing this update live. We simulcast these on YouTube and Facebook. It's 5:30 a.m. Wednesday, the 4th of January. And you can see that batch of strong to severe storms pushing deeper into southeast Alabama. And the storms are approaching Ozark and Enterprise. And if you are there, you are hearing them. And it's about to rain heavily, and you'll see gusty winds. And again, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect now for parts of Coffee and Dale counties for that batch of storms. If you're down at Dothan, you'll see those storms probably by 6 to 6:30 this morning. And then they'll be pushing out of the state. And the good news, we don't see any chance of severe storms after today for the next 7 to 10 days. And that's a good thing. And again, I stress, this is not, for those that are new here, this is not unusual to have severe weather in January. Our tornado season here is November through May. So this is the season for this. So that's it this morning. We'll have the next video here by about 2:30 this afternoon. We'll have notes on the blog, AlabamaWX.com. Headed down to Children's of Alabama today. I'll be seeing the patients and their families. We call it Weather Wednesday. We have a great time. That's always one of my favorite stops during the week, is seeing the folks down at Children's. That'll be at 10 o'clock this morning. Let's see here. Tomorrow I will be up in Huntsville in the Great Tennessee Valley. Got a homeschool group there. And then Friday, it is Pelham Oaks Elementary School in Shelby County. And Saturday, we have a book signing in Hamilton, Alabama, in Marion County. Our first book signing of 2023. In fact, I was in Hamilton yesterday morning at Hamilton Elementary School. Got that in before the storms moved in. So looking forward to coming back to Marion County on Saturday. I'll post the location, the times up on the social platforms a little later this morning once the weather settles down. So that's it.